Fox News poll says 83% of Americans think attacks on trans youth is a problem. Data from a survey of more than 1,000 registered voters across the U.S. from April 21st to the 24th was released by Rupert Murdoch's U.S. News Corporation, Fox, on April 26. These statistics collected from registered voters found that 57% believe political attacks against trans children are a major problem, and 26% see it as a minor problem. Therefore, overall, 83% of respondents saw political attacks against trans youth as a problem, with only 15% saying they don't have an issue with it, and 3% saying they're unsure. The survey also looks at various issues facing the U.S. today, including the economy, gun rights, and foreign affairs. Currently, 44% of voters approve of Joe Biden's presidential run, while 55% disapprove and 1% aren't sure. Unsurprisingly, the most significant problem facing Americans today appears to be the job market and the economy, with 24% saying it's the most important issue. The second significant problem in the U.S. is inflation and the cost of living, with 16% of voters saying it's their main issue. The third is gun violence, with 12%, and in contrast, only 1% of voters think that transgender issues are a significant problem in the United States. First off, this is big news because Fox News is reporting it. That's the number one thing here. And it's interesting, now that my brother and from a different mother, Tucker Carlson, is gone. He and Laura and Sean, which are three of the top voices against the trans community in America, Fox is reporting we may be off track. That's what this number is reflecting, that the attack and culture war issues on trans, this was a breathtaking number to me, because this is the first time it provides trans issues in context of whether it is harmful to trans children or not, minors. And this survey overwhelmingly says this is not a winning issue for them. And for Fox to report it's not a winning issue means gulp, and now we report. And it's big news, because if the survey is true in the polling, it may be that people like Governor DeSantis will be in trouble when people get back into the polls, because they will have had 1.5 to 2 years of all of these kind of attacks, and they're going to say, you shouldn't have done it. They penalize them in the ballot booth.
Yeah.
And it is refreshing to hear that 83%, that is a really significant number, that they think that these attacks are a problem. And it's also a relief to know that only a measly 1% of voters think that the transgender issue is a problem. It's nice.
It reflects what I've experienced as well in my life, that the majority of people don't care, or they're welcoming and, just aren't sure. They don't think they've ever met a trans person before. There's people out there who are still transphobic in your day-to-day life, but the vast majority of people are just understand we just want to live our lives.
I also want to say that I feel like the Republicans kind of honing in on trans rights is just, again, clouding the other issues that Americans are really concerned about. If you notice, that survey literally said that the most important issue that we are facing today is job security, economy, and gun rights. So why aren't they focusing on it?
And the GOP is not going to be good on any of those three issues. They have no plans. There's no legislation. They haven't suggested solutions in Florida in terms of economy. We're worried about our house insurance. We're multiple of issues that Ron DeSantis is going to be scrutinized for. And attacks on Disney, attacks on LGBT, attacks on drag queens, attacks on trans and healthcare are not the issues. They're distractions, and they're not the issues that we want to pay attention to.
It'll be interesting to see how Fox reacts to this, whether they double down, and despite the statistics continue to spew lies after this, or whether they're going to move forward and maybe make some changes.
One final thing, What do you think, Glenn? What are they going to do? Are they going to double down, or are they going to
I don't
start to
know.
make some changes?
I don't know what Fox is. What there have been so
When
many
you
surprises.
spend $750 million to say we're liars, and we probably should stop lying.
Right. And we removed Tucker Carlson, who was their biggest income. You know,
At the end of the day, they're about CYA, right?
Yeah.
They're about making money, staying in business. So if their audience is like, no, I don't want to hear this anymore, I think they're going to change their tone.
Right. You know, one last thought that I just want to connect the dots. This is really surprising to me. I hope you hear the wow factor of my voice in hearing this story reported by Fox News and Rupert Murdoch's Fox News. But the other thing that is equally surprising is this is also good news in a different way. And it's a good news story in trans is the most prickly of all of the issues that we're facing in LGBT in America. And this is indicating, wait, it probably shouldn't be as prickly as we think, because overwhelmingly Americans think it is a big problem that we're focusing this much attention on this issue, and that is a problem. But you know what is close to this? Not even quite as strong. Women's rights and women's health care and right to choose is sitting in the upper 70 percentile of Americans that say, hands off here. This attempt on drug, the drug regimen of abortion ban is widely unpopular.
Yeah.
The Republicans are using it as red meat. You know what else is widely unpopular? Anti-LGBT rhetoric against the LGBTQ community and marriage, widely unpopular. Trans, women's rights, and issues about LGBT and marriage. All of those are widely unpopular views. Who is pursuing it? Radical GOP, Governor Ron DeSantis, and evangelicals. Which side do you want to be on?
and then they have two not very potential strong candidates running for president. They've got Trump, who's not necessarily loved by the majority of America, and you've got DeSantis, who's been doing a phenomenal job crisscrossing the world with spewing nonsense and woke and all of that.
Yeah.
All I can say is that there's a reason they're distracting.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
Well, this survey from Fox is a shot across their bow. No question about it.
All right.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.